Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Generation of Wrestling Podcast. As always, is yours truly, the 28-year-old piece of gold franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the G.O.W's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka 2 Code in the building. What's going on, bro?
Man, what's good, man? What's good, man? A little NXT 2.0 going on. Styles at Waller going on right now in the main event. Other than that, man, not really much going on, man. What's up?
Man, shit, bro, shit. Uh, we started off tonight, man. So we had the brand new NXT champion Brian Baker. Breaker, he came out and he pretty much addressed the crowd. And he gave, Tommaso Ciampa his flowers and everything like that. And he pretty much laid out, the challenge for anybody that's ready and willing, man, that come on to step up. They're fighting for that NXT title. And then the first match of the night, man, we had a match. We had Zion Quinn versus Santos Escobar. Winner gets the services of Electra Lopez. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm usually a huge fan of any Santos Escobar match. This match, I really didn't care too much about. The whole Electra Lopez thing that really did nothing for me. But the match itself, I don't know, man. It felt flat to me, and I don't blame Santos. I'm not really a fan of Zion Quinn and his character and his work. What are your thoughts on that, man?
No, about the same. I one, Escobar and them, they were doing, they were involved in the tag team division. They were going after the titles, and they were doing more meaningful stuff. The services for old girl was, I don't, yeah, the story just didn't catch me. It never caught me. So therefore, was never really that much. Ooh, damn. Was never really that much into it. So when the match happened, it was like, eh. I mean, I like Santos. Quinn, a lot of work to go. He still got some work to do. But yeah, I just, as far as the purpose of this match and what it was for, I just really wasn't into it.
All right, man. Next up, we had Cameron Grimes. He was in the match with somebody whose name I do not care to find out. Anyway, man, it was a quick match for Cameron Grimes. Grimes picked up the victory. Then we get a segment, man. We get Joe Gacy and Harlan, and they announced they'll be entering the Dusty Classic. Cuts a promo on their opponents, Malik Blade and Idris Enofe. Then that would be the next match we got, man. Harlan ended up losing for his team via disqualification. Too cold, man. Uh, I like Joe Gacy by
Mhm.
itself. I like the character. I like what he represents. I like the move set. Still green, but I like where that was going on the solo tip. Harlan is somebody who I feel like could be a beast and a problem in his own right. I absolutely despise the teaming of these two together. To
Mm.
me, I don't feel like this works at all. And then for you to have a guy that is big and as menacing as Harlan, for him to really have done nothing of substance every time he stepped in the ring. Even with the DQ, man, to me, I don't feel like if you're going to get disqualified, you need to beat the shit out of somebody. The way he got disqualified to me, that was a weak ass attempt at what I'm saying, at making him look like the monster he's supposed to be. Am I overthinking it, man, or do you have any different thoughts?
Well, first and foremost, man, I hate Cameron Grimes' new look. Just had to get that out the way. He just don't look like Cameron Grimes. Where's the hat? Where's the hat? Damn it! Where's the hat? It just something I don't like. Uh, and
What up, Leo?
as far as Gacy and oh boy, uh, yeah, I mean, the whole we're gonna go through the tournament and we're gonna win the right way, and then you accept losing the way you did, and you put forward a couple of guys that really just kind of come out of nowhere, so they really haven't proven anything. I mean, it would have been
Right.
nice to see what their worth was, but this looks like you just let some jobbers through the tournament. To me, that was more of the disappointing. I mean, the team might be good, but this would have been a nice way to see how good they are. But uh, the whole disqualification reason for the count, yeah, it's stupid. But this is what they think is this is what they think builds. talent now. This isn't. I mean, we just watched them fire all of the black and gold people that helped build NXT to what it is, and
Yeah,
this is the
what it
main
was.
roster. This is the main roster way of building talent, and so now you're going to get illogical moves and stuff like that, and that's just what this was.
I mean, you know what? You brought up something. We're gonna move on, but you brought up something that kind of, it really kind of hit home with me, and that was okay. The disqualification, I wasn't mad at, but it's like you said, if this is going to be for the Dusty Classic, I mean, you got Dusty Rhodes, man, one of the most beloved figures in the history of the sport, especially for what he's done for WWE, WCW, etc. And then you put two guys in who look like they're not even worthy. Now, not saying they're not worthy, but like you said, they could have started off hot, got some offense in, looked a little credible, and then Harlan could have got mad because the guys were getting one up on him and just start beating the shit out of the dude, got disqualified. Okay, cool. You still could have had the same result, but you could have gave him a reason to do what he did instead of looking like, because they weren't beating him anyway. That was the crazy part. So it's
Right, right.
like so that was pointless because it's not like he had a reason to whoop their ass anyway. But you said something that kind of caught my attention, so I just want to kind of agree with you on
No,
that. All right,
no,
man. So
that's what we do this for.
next up, man. So we got an Imperium vignette, but the thing I want to bring up too, Cole, man, Walter is officially done with NXT UK. So we're gonna get that boy full time in NXT now. I'm happy and I'm nervous at the same damn time. Because if this is the
Mhm.
old NXT, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm ready to go. I trust them with Walter. Now we've already seen Imperium and what they could do with Eichner and Bartel and everything like that. They've had their moment in the sun. But the one person, man, who they built consistently over in the UK, even when he's come back to the States, is Walter. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared that they're going to fuck up Imperium and they're going to be in a rush to call up Walter and they're just going to absolutely shit on the whole thing. What are your thoughts?
The ability of Imperium is what I'm not worried about. It's the way they'll use them, as you said. Uh,
Yeah,
it's just that's just what it is. Is do you understand what you have? Do you not just see them as something that was just you know bringing attention, but do you understand why they were bringing attention? Do you understand
right.
what was making Imperium Imperium? And I hope we all we can do is just hope. That's all we can do. We can hope that they'll do right by them. If I mean the tag team is great. Like there's nothing wrong with them. There's no need to try to push one above the other right now, man. I mean, if you got to give guys opportunity, but you don't have to rush. You don't need to rush everybody to superstardom. Some people need to be you need to be groomed. You need to take your time with them. Others, yeah, they have that it factor, and you can put them out there. Walter has that it factor. Get him a manager for his promos, and I think he'll be all right. Get him somebody that can talk. You get Walter somebody that can talk when you put him on the main roster or put him with Imperial. If you don't like them doing their promos, then they'll be fine. But yeah, I'm not. I don't want to jinx it, but we could see Walter enter the Royal Rumble.
And you know what? I absolutely wouldn't be mad at that at all. I mean, man, it's just hard. It's just hard. Leo, man, he says Champa and Pete Dunne have been doing dark matches before Raw and SmackDown. I've also seen those rumors as well. Uh, honestly, I don't think there's much left for. Well, I know there's nothing left for NXT for Champa. Pete Dunne, I still feel like he ain't get his just due, but I mean, I guess if they were gonna call him up, I guess he's done enough. I'm still not satisfied with the fact he hasn't become NXT champion yet, but it is
Mhm.
what it is. Too cold, man. So we
What's
get
up?
Grayson Waller promo, shoots on Styles, Reigns, and Nakamura. We get a Toxic Attraction vignette, but then we get a 6-woman tag match. Now the match itself, didn't really care too much about, but I do want to say something, man. Wendy Choo. I don't know how much of this match you've seen, man, but Wendy Choo to me, I feel like was a standout. Now, it seems almost kind of like she's like the female NXT version of like an Orange Cassidy type character. But the thing is, old girl can go in the ring, and we've only seen a glimpse of what she can do. I feel like, man, she could possibly be somebody nice as a singles wrestler. But with that being said, man, you still see elements of main roster foolery in this NXT rebuild. And
Mm.
I understand this is supposed to be a training ground for the main roster. You want to have Stars main roster ready. But do you think, man, do you think that there's too much? And I know what the answer is gonna be, but I'm gonna ask it. Do you think there's too much main roster influence already in NXT 2.0? Because at this point, it's
Hell
going back to
yeah.
what Bischoff said already. At this point, this literally feels like the third version of Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah, because that's what it is. That's what we're saying. Beyond, man, I just said it. They've gotten rid of the old. This is the new, and this is what it is. So yeah, and you definitely see that. And I didn't watch much of that match. I hadn't watched. I didn't watch the show when it started, so I was playing catch up. I didn't see that match. But as far as what we're getting from this NXT, I mean, yeah, we're just gonna get a whole bunch of up and comers that are up and comers that are going to be really green, and for some of them it's going to be hard to want to watch on a consistent basis because NXT is not going to be 2 hours full of competitive wrestling that you used to, and that's what makes it hard for us because we're used to that competitive aspect of it. Not saying this isn't competitive, but
It's too much.
it,
It's too much show. It's too much show business. It's too much Hollywood, and it like you say. Oh,
yeah,
when we used to
it
watch
lost
the,
that
when we
grittiness to it.
and you know what, like when we used to watch the old NXT, okay, like and this is one thing I miss about it being an hour long. One, and the second thing I miss is it being on the network because when it was an hour long and it was on the network, you didn't have to worry about commercials, right? You didn't have to worry about filling time because you only
Well,
had an
they did
hour.
commercials, but
Well, yeah, but it wasn't nothing like this. Like you only had an hour, so your matches, if you did have a segment or a vignette, it was because it was needed for a storyline. It wasn't like you
yeah,
had three
yeah,
good matches and then you had fucking 20 vignettes that had nothing to do with nothing. Back then, it's like, okay, you knew if you're going to get three matches on the card, you knew every single match or at least 2/3 of that card was going to be fire as hell. How many times I mean you said, bro, and even flawless, we've watched the takeover, didn't know who the hell the people were in takeover, but we still was excited to watch it because you knew NXT was that show. Now it's
mm,
like, bro, you got fucking AJ Styles on fucking NXT, and him and Waller had a pretty good match. But other than that, dude, it's been like you said, it's been super hard to watch. You didn't start the show right away. I didn't start the show right away. I didn't start watching the show to maybe about 30 minutes in. And like you said, I had to play catch up as well. But
I was an hour in, and I didn't start until like at 9 o'clock,
but
so I had a
but
lot
but
to
but
catch
that's
up.
but that's what I'm saying, man. It's sad because we used to couldn't wait to NXT. Now it almost seemed like, all right, man, we just run through this shit real quick. It's crazy, man, how much the quality has dropped. And like you said, man, all the original NXT 2.0. Oh shit! Well, we got LA Knight back.
Oh
You
wow,
know
that's
what's
surprising.
crazy? I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not even gonna get happy for LA Knight because that's another guy I think they're gonna shotgun to the main roster. They ain't gonna give him a chance to do shit. How
That's
much he love
fine.
that?
No, no, I'm fine with LA Knight. Like I'm
All right,
fine with LA Knight going to the main roster. I mean, him being in NXT for the Triple H side of it was cool. I thought he would do a little something, then go up. I didn't expect to see him down there that long anyway. The problem was what he would be doing once he got there, and that would be the whole issue. But I didn't see him being in NXT too long, unless they were going to really push him to help the new brand, the new guys coming up, because obviously they were going with a new group of people, but they were going to do it in a different way. Roddy Strong was going to put on a cruiserweight clinic for the cruiserweight championship every week, and that would have been nice. Like there were so many different things that they really had planned that they just upped and changed. And the thing here is, for me, seeing the Damn, Styles and Drake got an issue.
Nah, I thought so. I thought so. I'm like, all right, I wouldn't be mad at that, but I guess not.
No, all right, but I to watch NXT, to see the guys that they've got me so hyped to see, and
Yeah,
then to disregard them and
yeah.
push all these younger guys that
Mm-hmm.
weren't, and still some still aren't ready, and some you had a
Right,
handful
right.
that okay, cool, but you had a lot that weren't ready. Like think about half them people that we were seeing for that first month and a half. We haven't seen them in the last month and a half. Like that last slashy chick, we ain't seen her. We ain't seen a couple of
Oh
them other
yeah, yeah.
people here.
That
We
last
ain't
segment.
seen it right. We ain't seen a lot of those people. Um, because you push, you just had so many of them, and that's what the show was. The show was 5 minutes of wrestling and just and no, it was let's say about an hour and 20 minutes of you promos of young people trying to everybody trying to be out there, and then you were doing maybe the rest was wrestling, but that was all the matches. So I man, there's
You know
some
what you know what it is, man? They got 15 pounds of sugar for a 10-pound bag. That's how I feel about it. I feel like they got so much
5 pound
talent.
bag.
Oh yeah, I feel like they've acquired so much talent. It almost reminds me of when WWE, when the main roster was hoarding all that talent, right? Because right now all these fucking people that they've been shoving down your throats, and like you said, half of them you don't see anymore, bruh. Come April, May, once again, there's gonna probably be 30 more motherfuckers that's gonna get introduced, and then the 30 that they introducing right now be gone. 6 months is up, baby. And like you said, that's what
Yeah.
makes it hard to get behind this because you're so busy flushing in new talent. The talent we actually give a fuck about that's bringing eyes to your product is like, we're going to put you up to the side real quick because we can bring you back when we want to. And I think that's going to be an issue because I think they're going to wait till shit gets so bad. Oh, we're going to pull back Pete Dunne. Oh, we're going to bring back fucking LA Knight out of nowhere. Like shit like that.
Yeah, but you haven't. But okay, but LA Knight hasn't done much. I mean, he did the Cameron Grimes thing, but that was kind of a joke, kind of sick, kind
Right.
of thing. So,
Yeah.
it had a seriousness, but we laughed a lot during that rivalry. So,
Yeah.
that's different, man. Pete Dunne is different. If you're gonna say, well, he's gonna be the next guy going up against Breaker, but I, you want me to buy in that you're gonna let 35 something year old LA Knight be the face of something, do something great over the younger talent that you want to push. I can't buy that. I can't buy it, and I won't buy it because I know what you're trying to push. Not
Yeah.
saying you shouldn't push the young talent, but
You got to have a
um,
balance.
you got to have a bit of a balance. And there's not much balance left. So you're going to
Yeah.
have these young guys really just having to really push, but the interest level is going to be that's going to be the problem. It's keeping that interest level, and man, I almost want to. I don't even know if I want to consistently do NXT reviews anymore, all like that. Like maybe watch it every now and then. We'll talk about that, off the thing. But that's just kind of where I'm at. Like it's like dude. I actually sat and watched Raw today. Okay,
It wasn't bad. It
it
actually
wasn't a
wasn't
bad
bad.
show. I actually watched Raw today. I
It
said,
wasn't
damn,
bad.
I actually watched this. We'll say this: Brock Lesnar is a motherfucking fool.
Bro.
Brock
Hey,
Lesnar is a
this version of
fool.
Brock, first of all, the fact
Is
that you
a
had Brock, what,
fool.
three? Let me see. You had Brock on TV, what, 3, 4 weeks in a row? That never happens. And
Right,
he's
like
happy.
he's like
And you
on
can
two
tell.
different shows. Right,
But you could, and we're not gonna talk about that too long, but really quick, like how we were saying with what's his name, Randy Orton, how we were saying like this version of Randy, we feel like you could tell Randy really enjoying this part of his run in his career. I
right.
honestly, genuinely feel Brock Lesnar, maybe for the first time ever and his career is actually genuinely having fun. Like when he comes out, I mean, he has his moments where he's like, all right, let me tighten up real quick, show you I'm still a badass. I'll still fuck you up. But it's like, man, you kind of seeing Brock pull that curtain back. Like Brock out here
Yeah.
being goofy, and he's actually funny. Like Brock, I can actually see this being Brock in real life around his real friends. You know, Brock is actually
Yeah.
a cool dude. He like knock knock, Bobby who? Exactly. Like little shit like that. Like, come on, bro. Brock telling knock knock jokes now, but it was cool. It wasn't corny. But anyway, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
No, man, but that's just where it's at. Now, I'm not saying we're going
Yeah.
back to raw reviews, but I'm just saying.
Nah. I can't watch
I'm just
3 hour shows
saying.
consistently.
Not consistently. But we just might have to change the structure of uh of what we do and how we do it when it comes to NXT. Because I gotta be honest, man. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not that dedicated to the show no more. I'm just not, and not gonna stop watching it. Watching it, like look, I keep watching this NXT. There are some things I do like about it. Do still have my interest, but um, ah, just I don't know, man. The kid friendly is wearing on me heavily, even though they try not to be, but the just the go happy go luckiness is just really just starting to be like to me, and I feel a lot of that in NXT. Even though
Mm-hmm.
you got some guys, but a lot of these guys is just man, where's the badass? Where are the badasses? I did. There are no more badasses.
Yeah, man. You know what happened was they went with them bright ass colors, looking like AEW 2.3 and shit, and they started kind of. I, I mean, yeah, you increased the sex appeal with the ladies. That's cool, but other than that, man, you actually need we need something else, man. We
Did
need
you
something else.
really? Did you really? Really?
Eh,
Really?
yeah,
Eh,
or maybe it was
eh.
just Mandy Rose.
Yeah. I would say that. Yeah, you upped the sex appeal of Mandy Rose, but you didn't. But that's not really what I really look for in wrestling anyway.
Right.
Can they wrestle? Shit, no. Can they actually wrestle? I do not send me back to the Divas era of wrestling. Please do not send me back there. I do not want to go back to that era. I cannot go through. I can't do it, man. I can't do it.
But
So
you know what though. But my thing is this time it's like the ones that can wrestle, and I'm talking men and women here because a lot of them are green as shit in NXT. The ones that can wrestle can actually wrestle. My only thing is this: you got to give them time consistently. Don't let me see this person go out and have a 10 to 12 minute match one week, and then the next 3 weeks they're up here fucking having 2 3 minute matches rushing, and then they look like a fucking fluke.
or you don't see
That's
them.
or don't see him exactly. Like to me, and we want to get to this main event because trust me, NXT won all that. Like KACY
Oh
CATANZARO,
damn! I thought we was
okay,
almost done.
right, like KACY CATANZARO. To me, her in ring work, like I fuck with her work. I like her and Kayden Carter as a tag team. I like their work together. But my thing is, you see them for a little bit, you build them up, they have a decent little run, then you take them off TV. Excuse me, where the fuck is EO and Zoe Stark at? Ding dong. Like, come on. Like, EO is literally one of your cornerstones of the women's division. Raquel, I think it's obvious. I think she might be getting called up. Dakota Kai, she done turned into a fucking nut. Kaylee Ray, she may or may not be on TV on any given week. There's inconsistency, but we'll talk about that another day. All right, too cold, man. Last match of the night. We got Grayson Waller, we got AJ Styles. I know leading up to this, you weren't really feeling it. Now that the match is over, dude, I actually feel like Grayson Waller, he did pretty solid tonight. I felt like he actually he hung in there a lot better than I thought he did. And I enjoyed this match more than I thought I would. Final thoughts, man. What did you think of this match? AJ Styles, Grayson Waller. Was it worth the watch for you?
Yeah, it was worth a watch because AJ Styles was in the match. So you had a great teacher leading the match, and Waller just had to show up. and
Right.
do his part. And he did that. He did exactly that. He showed up and he did his part. And the match was good, and it was a good match. Um, then after it, what led to LA Knight coming back. But
Right.
outside of that, yeah, I that just average, a very averagely mid show.
Oh,
This is probably the best part.
super mid.
This is probably really the yeah. This was probably the best thing, the best match on it. Um, I'm guessing that's the end of AJ Styles on NXT. So
Yeah.
uh,
Had to give him. You
we'll
had to give
see.
him that phenomenal rub. You know. I got a question, man. Speaking of
I
mid,
guess. I guess
speaking of,
that's what you want to call it.
hey, look. Speaking of mid, right? It was this
Mhm.
show. Was this K2 mid or was this Reggie mid?
This was partially mid.
Oh, he said parsley. That boy said oregano. Yeah, he said, hey, no THC detected in that thing, huh?
Man, right.
Nothing
Somebody
but
better go
seeds and
spring.
leaves.
I was about to say somebody better go season their meat. That's about it, man. That's about it. That's all they gonna do with that.
Well,
Yeah,
hey,
but
look, man.
it was what it was though, man.
It was what it was. But hey, look, you and I both can sit here and agree. Hey, look, by no means is it the performer's fault. Unfortunately, it's Vince McMahon and his whack ass directives for NXT, but it is what it is. Fuck it. Because guess what tomorrow is? Tomorrow is Wednesday. And what's Wednesday? Wednesday is AEW Dynamite. And if there's one show a week that I can count on, for the most part, to make me a little bit happy with the state of professional wrestling, it's AEW Dynamite. And of course, you got Rampage. Hell, you can't forget about Friday Night SmackDown. Too cold, man. With that being said, brother, I don't think we need to spend another fucking minute talking about NXT. I'm done. If you done, you done? With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to you. You funny as fuck. With that being said, thank you. You a funny motherfucker, man. Hey, look, I almost had to forget that we on the air, so I can't say the word I want to say because I don't want to offend some of our other multicultural viewers. You a funny man, bro. You was a funny man. Hey, boy, I was about to call you that word that Quentin Tarantino used in 90% of his movies.
Oh shit, man. Oh shit. Hey, man, look, hey, it was a like I said, man, it was a mid show. It was a mid show.
Oh man, well, with that being said, man, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of the Generational Wrestling Podcast. Man, I'm the 28-year-old piece of gold. He's too cold. And this show, much like some stuff that we like to enjoy, had way too many seats, but that's a combo for another time. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.